Hey everyone, it's Apache here and welcome back to Modded Megaquarium. Today we're going to be carrying on with the Mega Room here, and I thought I'd start by trying to put some of the concession stands and stuff like that in. Try and pretty this room up a bit and make sure it's a bit more full before we start adding the fish. And I think later on in the episode we're going to try and add the fish, and then I'm thinking next episode we're going to tackle the big job of trying to get all of the pumps and everything sorted. So let's start off with this little bit in the middle here. Now this is going to be the central hub for some, at least, of the concession stands we're going to add in. And I said that this part here, and maybe this bit at the top as well, would be the perfect place for some shark hat shelves. So we're going to go add those in. My question for you today, while you're watching this, is have a think about some new different vending machines and stuff we could add into the game, and any of these little container things. And one thing we really want to start building is some more like side attractions and stuff like that, more gift shop stuff. So like the guidebook shelf and the balloon shelf and the copper band toy shelf here, we've got all of these, but we want to try and add some more. So I want you guys to come up with some ideas and see what you think would be a good idea to put into this game like that. So whilst you're watching, whilst you're listening, scroll down if you don't want to watch, and just type into the comments what you think we should add in. So there is 4 different shark hat shelves there. We're going to add in the vending machines. We're going to put them on each side. However, is this an area where I could put some toilets? So I realised I don't actually have any toilets in here at all. And what I could do is actually put the toilets in down here. If I extended this, kind of like we did in the lobby down here, we added this tiny little bit here for the actual for the stuff. And our idea was to put all the food and everything that is needed for this room into these rooms here. Probably if I actually took this bit out here, that would be a perfect place there. Across this wall, and maybe the toilet should go in here. We'll have a look at that later on. Let's get the vending machines in first. I'm just trying to think out loud, basically. See where I want to put stuff. Let's start with the most expensive stuff. Froyo machine. And if you remember earlier on in this series, go back if you haven't seen it. I can't remember episode numbers, so you're going to have a search through for it. And why haven't you been watching from the beginning anyway? I spoke about the maximum efficiency for all of these. So every time I put one of these down now, I know that they are already maxed out so far as profit margins are concerned. I think the episode is actually called Profit Margins, where I go through it all. I go through the maps of it, where you have a 1.5 profit margin gap, basically. So you can sell at 150% of your sales. Then we're going to put a OJ squeezer in next to that one. Yeah, 150% sales, and well, technically 149% sales, and nobody will complain at all. And then 151, they have a small chance of starting to complain. And then it goes up and up and up until you get to 300%, or a 3.0 profit margin, and then nobody will actually buy it. Everybody will complain. At 2.9, almost everybody will complain, and then at 3, people will start saying, no, I'm actually not going to buy this at all. So that's actually perfect for all 2 sets of all of the vending machines there. That's really cool. So we've got those in. Next we want to try and put in the other concessions. And around the edges, I don't know whether I want to do similar to in here with the benches, but I may do. First of all, I want to put the guidebooks in, because they're actually pretty easy. Because we want the guidebooks to be right at the entrances into the room. And because this is what I'm calling a conference room, we're going to add them at all the different entrances we have. Apart from, should I do it in that corner? No, I think that corner I will leave. You're safe. Because I might put a bin there. No, you know what? Let's keep it consistent. So anywhere else? There's that door. These are the staff room doors. I've just realised I do need to add some paint in there as well. There's that door and then there's that door. Okay. Zoom out. Just make sure again. 1, 2, 3, 4 entrances into the room. And they're all done. Let's just get this paint in as well. We'll go down to the harbourside paint. One there, one there, one there, and one there. So between episodes I asked you to come up with ideas of what fish and stuff we've got we're going to put into these. I'm going to leave that a little bit longer for comments to come in. We'll try and at least get the heating, I think, maybe today. And then, yeah, because that might be a way to do it. If I decorate the tanks and sort the heating and chilling out, then between episodes you can tell me what fish and what animals you'd like to see in each of these tanks. Because I didn't get many responses from you guys for that. So if you can, let me know. That'd be brilliant. Next we need let's have a balloon shelf as well. Next to each of these. I'm going to keep a fairly consistent layout at least. If we do that, these two are too close together to be able to put one in. So we'll do that one. And then across here, I think I will actually expand this out all the way like that. Now we have this big mess here. So what I can do is put walls back in, and I'll work out where I want to put the other stuff in a minute. The doors and stuff. I'll take a wall out of there. And then we want to put this a little bit of harbourside in just here. So if we want I want 2 doors basically. Let's put the toilets in first. So we want the Dulux toilets. And we'll go like that. All the way along. And now in here, I kind of want 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We do have a central point. That's good. So if we put in another set of walls like that, then we can remove that one and that one. We can add in these visitor doors. There, there, and there. So that staff and visitors can go through. Then we can add into here in here we have a broom stand on that side, and then on this side we can put in a sponge sink. Let's try to remember what it was called. I've only been playing this for about 100 episodes now. I should know what they're called by now. And then across here we've got the harbour side again. So we can do all of this in harbour side. And then I think I will actually do all of this all the way along like that. And then this bit here. And there we go. Now inside it is a little bit messy at the moment, and we've also got this bit which is technically a area for them to walk. I'm not going to do it in Pacific, however I will change it over to be, I think, Aztec here. We haven't used Aztec in here at the moment. Now I was really tempted to do this entire room, the entire of the big mega room as Aztec, but I've decided against it because I think this texture in small doses is really quite nice, but the texture in massive quantities is a little bit jarring, I think. You can see when you zoom in, it is a bit of a lower resolution than the Harbourside paints here, and a lower resolution than the Pacific paints here, and a much lower resolution than the Shipwreck. So this is a really high resolution one, and then the jungle one here, the dirt, is actually a fairly low resolution one. So that's why when you scroll out, this looks a little bit blocky, because it's not got the difference between the patterns. This bit here and this bit here are exactly the same, and then when you zoom out, right out, you can see these bars here, and it just makes it a little bit jarring. And with the Aztec, you can see these white lines where the textures aren't quite seamless, and when you zoom in, you can tell it's this line here. And if that line was seamless, if that line went all the way to the edge of the texture, then it would actually be okay and it would be a seamless texture. But the more you zoom out, the more obvious that is. On my screen it is anyway. I've got a massive screen here, so maybe for you guys it is a different experience. I don't know. Let me know. And if you do let me know, then we can let the developers know and we can actually change it. So what else do we need? We need the copper band toys. Let's get on with this. I'm barking on like crazy here, not actually doing anything. So copper band toys, so let's just stick some of those in as well. One there. We'll put one there. One there. One over here. One over here. And look at that, I didn't even add those in. So we'll get another balloon shop for there. And then move that one down one. Now we're going to need a lot of bins in here as well. I have had confirmation from Tim as well, from a developer, that some of the stuff people are doing with the bins are causing problems. And if you've had problems with people thinking that your Megaquarium is really untidy, even though you have loads of bins around, it probably means you've got loads of bins in the, well, at least kind of one bin here, and then one bin over there, and then one bin over here. And what you really need is a fair few bins in a small area. And I really haven't done that in here. I've gone for more of the aesthetic feel, where I think they would be just normally, you know? Because we would have some, say, right next to the bathroom here. We'd have them there and there. And then that space is actually a perfect space for the t-shirt shop. Excellent. I was wondering where we're going to stick that in. So yeah, the idea is that you have, say, 4 of these like that, because if somebody is over here and they decide they want to throw something in the bin, they will look around for the nearest bin, and whilst they are trying to work out if there's a bin around them, they will carry on walking. And say if this bin's catchment area ended up here, and this bin's catchment area ended up, say, here, then when they get to here, they finally realise there's a bin around them, and they lock down this bin. And what the game does is it says, this person here needs to use a bin, it's walking towards this bin and using this bin. Now anybody else around this area, around this entire area, around the catchment area of this bin, can no longer use that bin. So if you've just got, say, one bin in a large area, or only one bin in the catchment area, then only one person can use them at a time, essentially. And it really does clog down the system when you're trying to do that. And with all that talk of the bins in mind, we're going to actually put more in around these areas here, and I think to do that we will actually go ahead and put these little benches in. So you can see how I've done it in this room here. We have a bench, a bin, a bench, and then a gap, and then something, and then a gap, and then carry on. So in here, let's start that and actually delete a couple of these things, because we may actually be able to put in a fair few of these around. So I'm actually just going to get rid of a couple of things I've just put in, because there is a better way to do it. That one, and those, and those. I'm going to start from this side here, just here, and we're going to place in, we're going to leave a gap, we're going to place in a padded bench, that'll be a bin, and padded bench, and then there'll be a gap and copper band, and then we'll have a bin on the corner there. So the next one will start there. We'll have something in the corner there, I'm not too sure what. And then a gap, something there. I'm going to leave 5 gap, like that, so I can put something 3 wide in there. And then put more in. Whoops, wrong one. Move that to there. And so we'll put the bins in just so you can see what it's going to be like on the way around as well. So we'll put those in, and then we put the copper band toys in. We're just going to put it there and one there. And then I think there's more stuff we can add in. Is there? Not a huge amount actually. We've only got the guidebooks, balloon shelves, the copper band, t-shirts, and the shark cat stands. Let's see how this actually works. Does that actually... it doesn't really work that well, to be honest. It sticks out a bit too far, which is a shame. I think what I'll do is I'll actually put a cutaway in this episode now, and I'll put all of these in, and then we will see where we are. So there we go, there is everything around the side of the room. I've just got to put bins in. Haven't actually finished putting those in, so we'll grab those now. And I'll show you just around as we're doing this what I've added in. So I've added a range of the balloon shelves and the copper band shelves. Now what I haven't done here is actually added in any of the vending machines. We have this central vending machine here, but anybody over here is going to be hungry and thirsty, and will continue to be hungry and thirsty if they carry on. Say all the way around to here, and then up to over here. So yeah, we may actually end up losing some people in here because of the lack of vending machines. Even though we've got 2 of each of them in this room, it's definitely not enough. But that, I think, is a future us problem. Maybe something I tweak between episodes and make this a little bit better. But I think that is going to be it for now, so far as that is concerned. I think we're going on a bit long this episode now, so what I want to do just at the end is get the pumps set up for this. We know we're going to need, I think what we said, 12 of the megas in each room, so we're going to see how we can do that. I think we will go, well, how many are in these clusters that we've got here? But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We need 2 of these clusters for each tank. So if we do that, if we bring out a large pump, and we'll place one of them there, go into that, and we'll place the next one. I think it can go here. No, it can't. It has to go there. And that will connect onto there. And remember, last episode we placed in these tanks, this tank here and this tank here, to be able to daisy chain off this tank. And this tank connects to all of the other tanks that will be on the hot water network. And this tank connects to all of the other ones that will be on the cold water network. You can connect as many pumps as you want to a single tank. So we can have, so I've got 3 pumps at the moment off this one tank. But we can have as many as we want in here. And also this tank here only adds 7 onto the heating cost of the entire network. So it's a really, really small overhead to be able to daisy chain your networks miles and miles away from the tanks that you need to feed. So in here we want to add in the Rather, you're up at the top. Mega heaters, and we want 12 of these. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Come on, place. And then we'll do the same again just here. I'll do it in reverse, why not? So they're like that. And that should be enough to, which network is this? This is this tank. So if we click on here now, we can see we have 2,640 out of 2,185. I suppose I should also, with this pump here, I should add on, just to make sure, and I know with certain reason nowhere near big enough to mess that up, but just to get the final measurements done, we will add in the other tanks, so we've got everything connected together. And that one goes there. So we have cold water, cold water, cold water, hot water, hot water, hot water, cold water, hot water. And that's it. And now we can see with this tank again, 2,640 out of 2,285. Now that's not a huge amount of redundancy, to be honest, for such a large network. If all of these break down at the same time, or if I think maybe if three of them break down at the same time and are left for a while, then we will start having problems with them. But I'm going to focus on having staff in here that will take care of all of that as well. Pump staff into here. And if you look at the staff screen, I need to get rid of this. Bring up the staff screen. We can hire another 27 members of staff, even though we have I think it's, yeah, we have 27 in here anyway. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 26, 27. No, we've actually got 8, 9, 30, 31, 32, 33. Yeah, we've got 42 members of staff in total. We can also hire another 27 members of staff as well. And I think there's more we can hire after that as well. I think I put the maximum number of staff up to 84 in this version of the game. And it is something I've spoken to Tim about as well, trying to get some of that stuff a little bit more fluid, because I've had to mess around with game files and stuff to get that working. Let's carry on. Let's do the cold water, pretty much exactly the same. So we'll grab a large pump and we're putting that on here, which is 2 away from that side, which is 4 away, and then 3 away there. So that one will connect to there, and we'll have another one which is 4 away from this, just there, which connects on. I've put that one closest to the corner, so I will do the same with the chillers. Mega chiller there. So that one goes there, and then we go around like this. I love the noise that these make when they place. It's really cool. And do that and that. Just make sure that they are working properly as well. 2,640 out of 2,285. Excellent. So now we've just got the filtration to do. We will worry about that next episode when we actually hopefully start putting some fish in. I think I'm going to do the decoration and the filtration, and then I'll worry about the fish as the very last thing we do. And then that will be this aquarium finished. And I think that is where I'm going to leave it for today. Let me know anything, any feedback that you have on anything that I've done in this aquarium down in the comments section. Remember what I've asked you before: what vending machines and what gift shops and stuff like that do you want added to the game, and I will pass all of that on both to the developers and to the modding teams. So yeah, thank you very much for joining me today. If you did enjoy this episode, please leave a like, comment and subscribe on the video and to the channel, and I will see you next time.